So, all right, so let's start. Go ahead and lie down on your support, whatever the support you chose for today. Still your bed for those who just woke up, or maybe a floor, maybe some kind of combination between softness of the bed and the solidity, firmness of the floor. And as you lie down, um, just notice the quality of this experience, right? Is it something your body was longing for and it feels so nice to relax back down on the support? Or maybe there's still some resistance to that. There's some engagement present, maybe from standing or sitting just a minute ago. And if that's the case for your soma, just notice where you feel, where you sense this resistance. Notice as you start your body scan, your first body scan, if there's something you can intentionally let go of. Could be engagement of the back of your neck, engagement of your lower back, maybe inner thighs, maybe palms. Just allow a few breaths to really arrive into this posture, into this form. And notice if your mind tends to escape from the present experience, or if it's easy to keep it within the perimeters of your body and your bodily sensations. Again, it's just an observation and just also a scan of where you are right now. If your mind does wander off, maybe notice what distracts it. Because that's also an input, right? That's also an input to the scan, an input to where you are right now. Start sensing more into the grounding quality of your body, the heaviness of your body. Maybe notice if you can become heavier. What would it mean for your body? And notice if that quality of heaviness is even throughout your body, or maybe some parts of your body or a side of your body feels heavier than the other. And again, if that area of heaviness has other qualities, right? Sometimes we may experience it as density. And sometimes that density can be associated with some sense of turning or rotation. Yeah, notice if there is like maybe frozen movement in that density. Remember to also say hello or check in with smaller parts of your body, maybe your mouth cavity, your tongue, right? Your toes, your fingers. And also notice your breath. Realize if it changed when I invited you to notice your breath. And again, allow just a few moments for it to settle back to its natural pace, and just observe the natural breath for a few cycles. And as always, I invite curiosity. So if there's something that arising additionally to your bodily observations and movements, just to invite curiosity and space for that to exist, inquiring compassionately what might be the gift, what might be the message of that, whether it's an emotion or memory. And of course, if you need to take care of yourself, to leave or stand up or get water, feel free to do that. And start finalizing your body scan. Just a brief reminder that all movements in this practice are gentle, conscious as much as it is possible, intentional. And we never move through discomfort or through pain. So if you experience some discomfort or pain, make the movement smaller and slower. So ease out. And if that doesn't help, then maybe it's better to just visualize the movement rather than actually moving the body. And you may notice that it may have the same effect in terms of sensory exploration and the richness of the experience. So if you need some support for your knees, maybe put a low support like a rolled towel or blanket, not too high for your knees. So there's a little bit of give for your lower back, but your legs are still relaxed on the support. I'm going to stay on the back with legs extended for a moment now. So do what you need to do to accommodate your body. And I'll just go ahead and say hello to different parts and movement. So just become aware of your arms and shoulders. And then slowly roll without lifting your right arm just a little bit in. It doesn't have to be a large movement. Just kind of intending almost to roll the right arm in and then slowly roll it back out. And then do the same on the left. So roll your left arm in and slowly roll it back out. Again, it doesn't have to be a big movement. It's almost like just starting at the limb, started at the periphery, re-inhabiting the body from the stillness of the scan. Now back to your right arm, just gently roll it out. Again, it's not a large movement. We're just saying hello. Just gently roll the hand out, forearm out. Maybe there is a bit of movement in your upper arm and slowly come center. And then the same on the left. So gently roll. Just maybe almost like curious, as if you're doing for the first time. You know, you just woke up and for the first time you're moving your left arm out and then come back center. And very slowly, even if your palm is facing the floor, just start gathering your fingers as if you want to make a fist, but you're not going to make a fist. Just kind of gathering fingers, fingertips towards each other, whether your palm is facing down or up. And then very slowly ungather back to neutral. And then do the same on the other side, on the left. So gather your left fingertips towards each other as if you're about to make a fist, but we're not going to go that extreme. And then slowly undo that. So that was flexion. And we're going to go into extension. Again, whether your palm is facing down or up, it doesn't really matter. Spread your fingers gently. Spread your fingers away from each other. Notice how it opens your palm on the right. And then slowly relax. And then do the same on the left. So spread your fingers gently on the left. That opens your palm on the left. Maybe your There's even a bit of extension, so the fingernails are kind of looking more at the back of your hand, and then slowly release. And just sense your arms again. Maybe there is some warmth in your palms. Maybe there is more of a sense of three-dimensionality in your arms. You feel like, oh, I have more arms now. And then we're going to move into your lower body. So become aware of your legs from the hips down to the heels. And we'll do similar with the legs. So allow a soft knee if your legs are straight without the support. And very gently roll your right leg in towards your midline. So you will have to soften the knee most likely to keep it safe, and then slowly roll it back to neutral. And even as we're doing this very small kind of introductory movements, keep track of the quality of the movements in and out of contraction, for smoothness, for shakiness or disruption of the smoothness of the movement in and out. And then go ahead and do the same on the left. So gently roll your left leg in. Remember to soften the knee. And also notice if you initiate from the knee, if you initiate from the foot, or if you initiate from the hip, right? The movement, and slowly come back out. And allow that movement to settle. And now we'll do outer rotation, but very gentle, almost like I'm intending to do that, but I'm going to make it very small. Outer rotation on the right, so gently turn your right leg out. Again, soften the knee outwardly if it's not on the support, and come back. And do the same on the left, yeah? And leg is a pretty long member, like a pretty long limb. So also notice what part initiates, right, the movement. Your foot, your knee, your hip, and then come back center. And just for a moment, feel your legs. Again, notice if the sensation, the connection to your legs, the quality of that connection changed. And now narrow your focus, your attention to just your feet, left and right. Notice the symmetry or asymmetry as they're resting on the support. And again, just your right foot. You're gonna gather toes, flex your toes as if you're making a small fist with your foot, with your right foot, right? But don't go too extreme. It's almost like just the beginning of that contraction, just the beginning of that gathering, да? Как будто бы делаем кулачок с правыми пальцами, с пальцами правой стопы. And slowly release that. And then move to the left foot and do the same on the left. So start gathering your toes towards each other as if you want to make a little fist with your left toes now. And come back out. And now back to your right foot. And we'll do that opposing movement as if you want to spread your right toes and maybe even gently move just your toes, not just your toes towards the ankle. Spread. Да, то есть обратное движение, как бы распыляем пальцы правой стопы и, может быть, немножечко приближаем пальцы к поверхности стопы, да, к лодыжке и расслабляем. And slowly relax. And then go ahead and do the same on the left. And release and come back center. And now back to your right leg. you may move the support, you may need to move the support. So you're gonna slowly start pulling, like dragging your right heel towards your buttock. So you're gonna slowly start bending your right knee, dragging your heel towards your buttocks in order to plant your right foot, sole of the foot on the floor. And once that's done, completely relax your leg, right foot on the ground. Да, то есть медленно как бы тащим правый каблук, сгибая колено, и когда подошва полностью на полу, расслабляем правую ногу. And then go ahead and do the same on the left. So start by moving the heel, and then that softens the knee to accommodate the shorter distance between your heel and your body. And just relax there. And as you relax, just also maybe notice what was the quality of bending your knee on the right and the quality of bending your knee on the left. And now that your feet are firmly on the floor, there's more support for your lower back. There's a shift in the sense of heaviness in your body, so just notice that. And we're going to go ahead and do a few rounds of cat 1, which is the part of the morning cat routine. Well, it's not morning, it's daily maintenance cat routine by Hanna. And it's the arch and flatten movement. Да? Кошачье подтягивание – это первое упражнение, прогиб в спине и потом активация мышц живота. Да? То есть, all right, so go ahead and bring your lower back away from the floor. And that's it. You're not moving your pelvis intentionally. And notice how movement at the lower back will move the pelvis, right? Contraction of your lower back muscles to make that arch, to move the back away from the floor, will move the pelvis. And slowly release that. Again, just releasing. The lower back muscles will move the pelvis back to neutral and settle once that happens. It's nice to experiment with the size. We habitually in our daily life go into big movements. Like we need to move in large sizes because we move through a lot of space, literally. It's a wide geography. And in somatics, we're wanting to do the opposite. And sometimes it's very difficult. So really pay attention whether you habitually go into a big movement or if you can make the movement like half an inch. Да? Можно ли двигаться в размере, масштабе 1-1,5 сантиметра, да? То есть так потихонечку. And you will see that these movements will be more ecological, safer, more pleasant, and will offer the same amount of experience and release. Okay, let's explore the exhale. So take an inhalation, take a breath in. Wait for your natural exhale. As your body starts exhaling, support that exhalation intentional. So start engaging your lower abdomen, hugging your belly button down to the floor, engaging your muscles more and more at the abdomen. And notice what does that to your lower back and to your pelvis, and slowly let go. Да? То есть мы входим вот в расплющивание поясницы через выдох. И просто используем анатомию выдоха для того, чтобы проделать это движение. Мы более активно, более намеренно активируем мышцы живота, и это таким образом открывает спину и проворачивает наш таз, да, наш таз к носу. То есть pubic bone, не знаю, я забыла как-то по-русски, она поднимается в сторону подбородка. Relax. So we're going to do the same with the exhale. So we'll just do the flatten, but I would like you to find an extra exhale. So once you exhaled, see if you can exhale, kind of do one more little exhalation and kind of engage even more. Pull from the pelvic floor, abdomen up and in, and open your lower back a little bit more. So go ahead and take a breath in neutral. And as you exhale, start gathering your abdomen, right? You're now gathering your abdomen. That opens your lower back. When you think you exhaled fully, just give one more gentle push to exhale a little bit more. Notice what it does to your pelvis and lower back. And then start slowly with the inhalation, opening up. Opening up, relaxing your abdominal muscles and softening. It might feel very satisfying because you have more and more, you become aware of more and more control of your abdominal area. And that's also healthy for not just the functional, not just for the muscle tension recalibration, but also for the abdominal organs, the organs that are in your abdominal cavity. Okay, so let's pair that. As you inhale, you're going to slowly bring your lower back away from the floor, contracting lower back muscles. Notice what it does to your pelvis. When you're ready, slowly release. Exhalation helps to release. So if you would like, wait for your exhale to soften out. Now inhale in neutral position. And again, as you come to your exhalation, start gathering your abdomen. Notice what it does to your pelvis and lower back. There's that opening. And then just one more extra exhale at the end, and then slowly soften and release. Now let's do this 2 more times. Inhale and arch your back. Again, if you would like, stay small in your movement and slowly release, especially if you know you already have a significant arch in your lower back. So maybe make the movement smaller so there is no pain. Take a breath in neutral position. And with the exhalation, start engaging your abdomen, and that presses your lower back down. Keep engaging as you exhale. One more exhale at the end of the exhale, and slowly relax and enjoy that softness, that spaciousness, including in your abdominal area. Okay. And we're going to go back to the arms, chest, shoulders, and neck. We'll start this time on the left, just to change things up a little bit. So turn your head to the left. And then you're going to tuck your chin towards your left shoulder, your left chest. Now you're going to roll your left arm without lifting it from the floor. Roll your left arm in towards your body. We've done this, I think, last time. As if you have a little clutch, сумочку под мышкой, and you want to hug that clutch closer to your body. So there's some activation, that gathering in your armpit. There's gathering at your shoulder, at your chest. Now take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to flatten your lower back by engaging your abdomen, and notice if there is a possibility to lift your head at the same time. And then slowly soften out, relaxing your abdomen, relaxing your head, rolling head to neutral, rolling your arm to neutral. So it's again that effect of the gathering, right? But you're gathering just through the upper body on your left side. Okay, I'm going to do it 2 more times on the side. So go ahead and turn your head to the left. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Roll your left arm in towards your body. Hug your armpit as if you're hugging armpit, right? So make the space between your arm and your body even smaller. Gentle breath in. On the exhale, activate your abdomen to flatten your back and maybe lift your head if it's available and safe for you. And then slowly unwind, slowly spread out, ungather. And then we'll do it one more time. Turn your head to the left. Tuck your chin to chest. Голова налево, подбородок к левому плечу. Roll your left arm in towards your body. Руку скатываем, как суши, к телу. Прижимаем подмышку к телу, как будто бы у нас клатч. Hug your armpit. Take a breath in. With the exhale, engage your abdomen to flatten your back, pin your back down, and then lift your head. Your head is still to the left. Yep. And then very slowly undo that. Да, и медленно выходим по частям. Выходим голову, живот, руку. And once your whole body is back to neutral, just relax. And in that rest, in that relaxation, notice your whole left side, collarbone, jaw, neck, arm, chest, and your whole right side. Again, you might feel that your left side now feels more three-dimensional. There might be some warmth, there might be some other activation, pleasant activation happening, like more blood flow or a sense of spaciousness. So just track that. Track that and really hold space for that new sensation. Okay. And I will proceed to the right. Да, то же самое, но справа. Turn your head to the right first. Tuck your chin towards your right chest. Да, подбородок к правой груди. Roll your right arm in towards your body. Keep it tight. Hug your armpit in. Да, подмышку прижали. Gentle breath in. As you exhale, engage your abdomen. Да, прижали пресс, прижали живот к полу, and lift your head. Again, that gathering towards the right upper body. Slowly let go of everything, very slowly. So letting go slowly is very important as gathering slowly. Да, то есть медленный выход из сокращения, из формы очень важен, если не более важен, чем вход в форму. It is maybe even more important because this is when the recalibration or reset of the tone, resting tone of your muscle happens. In other words, this is when the revision of the chronically contracted muscles is happening. This is when that chronic tension may start easing out. Yeah? So we're highlighting to our cognitively, our cortex, our conscious brain, what is happening. It's almost like we're relearning and resetting at the same time. So let's do this twice to the right. 2 more times. Turn your head to the right. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Roll your right arm in. Hug your armpit in. Like in and down. Breath in. Exhale, engage your abdomen, lift your head. And slowly come out of that. Very slowly, releasing head, releasing abdomen, rolling arm, rolling head to neutral. And completely settle. And then let's do it one more time. Turn your head to the right, tuck your chin towards your chest, roll your right arm in, hug your armpit in and down. On the exhale, engage your abdomen and lift your head. And then very slowly undo, release your head, release your abdomen, roll the arm out, bring your head to neutral. And just 2, maybe a couple of breaths of receiving, right? Just relax completely, notice your whole right side, right jaw, maybe right side of your head. Just notice what you notice. And then as ready, you're going to bring your arms behind, your hands behind your head, да? Ладошки под голову. You can interlace fingers if you would like. And if your elbows are not on the floor, there's still tension in your chest, then prop your elbows with a low support, like blanket or towel. So the elbows can relax and they're not flying mid-air. Да? То есть если локти не на полу, то нужно что-то подложить, чтобы локти расслабились. Okay, so in this position, just sense your shoulder blades, да? Почувствовали лопатки. And start moving your shoulder blades in towards each other. So hug your shoulder blades closer to your spine. And then very slowly let go of that. Okay. And then go ahead and do it one more time. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine. And slowly let go of that. Now you're going to do it one more time. So go ahead and hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine and then gently down to the hips as you press your elbows down to the floor. And slowly let go of the elbows and relax your shoulder blades. And we'll do this one more time. So start by bringing shoulder blades towards each other, and then gently hug them down to your hips, and then press your elbows down to the floor. Slowly let go. And bring your arms to the sides. It's a bit of a kind of lock-in while we're lock-in for the previous exercise, while we're also engaging in a more intentional way your mid-traps and your rhomboids. Let's do the cat 3. So it's another exercise from Thomas Hanna's daily maintenance program. Go ahead and lie down on your stomach. Да? Переворачиваемся на живот медленно, аккуратно. And it's that diagonal leg lift back bend, right? We've done this many times in this class. And again, to change things up a little bit and maybe work with your left side first. Turn your head to the right, to the left, sorry, and bend your left elbow, bringing your left hand under your right cheek. Yeah, so you'll remember now. And we'll just do a quick reminder for the upper body and for the lower body, and then move into the full movement. So bring your left elbow away from the floor. Notice how that also moves your left shoulder blade, and then bring your head and your hand away from the floor as if you're trying to look behind yourself. Да? То есть поднимаем локоть, голову в ладошку, как будто бы мы смотрим за спину себя, да? Сзади себя. Slowly release. So again, I cue to look behind you, not to look to the left and behind, but strictly behind you. But it might not be available for your neck, right? Or for the shoulder. So gauge what you can do. Even if you can't actually physically turn to look strictly behind yourself, intend, right? Like send that plan, and you will notice that there might be slight activation of the muscles that are needed. There will be that sense of rotation, even though it's not prominent. Да? То есть, опять-таки, инструкция, да, не просто оторвать локоть, ладошку и лицо, а как будто бы вы немножечко поворачиваетесь и смотрите за себя, не только налево и назад, а за себя. Okay? So that's the movement of the upper body. Movement of the lower body, right leg opposite. So make your right leg very long. You can even point your toes if you want. And then this long right leg, move it away from the floor straight. Notice how that movement travels all the way into your glutes, your right glutes and your right lower back. Да? То есть чувствуем это в ягодичке в правой и в правой пояснице. И расслабилась. Relax. So that's the full movement where we move the upper body on the left, lower body on the right. We want to track the diagonal arch when we come to the full movement. Да? То есть мы следим как бы вот за этой диагональю от левого плеча к правому бедру сейчас, когда мы будем делать полное движение. So as ready, go ahead, lengthen your right leg, make it long. Bring it away from the floor as you peel off your left elbow, hand, and cheek. Notice if there is a bit of that rotation happening, slowly release. rotational quality of the movement is an addition. It's not necessary. Again, if it's not available, please don't get frustrated. Don't torture yourself. Go where your soma is ready to go. It might be just the lift of your left hand and head, left arm and head, and your right leg. And there will be that activation diagonally happening anyway. Okay, so let's do it 2 more times. Lengthen your right leg. As you lift your right leg, go ahead and lift your left arm and head. Notice if your left lower back is active and slowly release, right? So we want to track the diagonal activation. So if there is a left lower back activation, maybe you need to push the left hip down a little bit more on the when you lift your right leg. Okay, so let's do it 1 more time. Lengthen your right leg. If needed, push your left hip down to the floor. Notice how that makes your right leg lighter. Now, as you lift your right leg, lift your left elbow, hand, and head. Slowly let go, very slowly let go, and relax. Bend your right hand, bring both hands under your forehead. Maybe just rest for a couple of breaths with the face down to the floor, both hands under your head. If you need to release your neck, maybe do some movement, yes and no, slowly. And then go ahead and turn your head to the right, relax your left arm, bend your right elbow is already bent, so bring your fingertips under. Okay. Since you know the movement, we're going to cue it for the full movement on the side. So again, if needed, gently press your right hip down. Well, you'll know as you move into the practice. Lengthen your left leg. And then as you lift your left leg, bring your right elbow, hand, and head away from the floor. And again, notice if your right lower back is very active, right? This is when you may need to press the hip down and then slowly release. And we'll do this 2 more times. Release completely. It's a very large movement. You're moving limbs extended, so there's some effort, some energy. So completely rest at the end. All right. Again, if needed, press your right hip down. Okay. That lightens your left leg. Long left leg extended. Bring it up as you bring your right elbow, hand, and head away from the floor. Might be different sensation, different quality of the movement, so notice and slowly release. And then go ahead and do this 1 more time on your own. And once you finish, again, if you need to do what you need to do for your neck, maybe move it side to side. And then slowly lie down, roll into the right side. So you're going to be lying on your right side, and your left side will be towards the ceiling. Да, переворачиваемся на правый бок, левая сторона к потолку. And you're going to bend your knees in 90-degree angle to the hips and to the feet. So you almost look like a chair. If I looked from above at you, you will look like a chair shape. Да, то есть лежим так, чтобы колени и бедра были согнуты в 90 градусов, как такая, как форма стула. You can lie on your right arm, use it as a pillow if you want. Or you can lie on your right arm and a pillow if you need more support, да, то есть подложить, что нужно под голову, чтобы она удобно лежала, чтобы голова не наклонялась, да. So the head is in neutral position to the floor and to the body. Okay. Diagonal curl, right? So a position for your left hand. You can either put it to the back of your head, like we did in on the fly and the head on the floor, or you can take your left hand and touch your right ear, like you're wrapping your left arm around over your head. If that's too much for your left shoulder, you can also just keep your left hand on your left shoulder. And again, it's a two-part movement, or it's a, yeah, lower body, upper body movement. We'll do just one repetition of each part and then pair it in one. Start with the upper body. So you're gonna, again, hug your armpit, your left armpit in, gently lifting your head, bringing your left ear to your left shoulder, and then slowly releasing down. Okay. And then the movement from the lower body, you're going to keep your knees together and you're going to bring your left foot away from the floor, from the right foot. And notice how your left knee presses a little bit more into the right knee, and there's a bit of rotation of your left hip inwardly. То есть, когда мы поднимаем левую стопу, колени вместе, идет такой маленький проворот к центру, да, к правой ноге, к правому бедру в бедре. And slowly release that. So that's the lower body movement. I'm going to pair both. So choose the hand position. And then as you're ready, bring your left foot away, knees together from the right foot, and bring your head towards your left shoulder down towards the left waist or left hip. And then slowly release. Both. So yeah, it looks like a side curl, да? То есть мы также как бы скручиваемся, нижнее тело, верхнее тело друг к дружке. Такое получается, как подковка концами вверх. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. So as ready, start bringing left foot away, your head away from the floor, left shoulder to the left waist, left head to the left shoulder. Yeah, and notice how when you come to the full side curl, your right side is open. Yeah? Right ribs are open. Slowly release. And we'll do this one more time. Go ahead and bring your head away from the floor, ear to the shoulder, shoulder down to the waist. Bring your left foot away. Pause here in comfort and take a big, nice breath into your right ribs. Да? Большой вдох в правые ребра, которые на полу. Открываем их еще больше. And with the exhale, soften out. Now extend your left arm over your head and extend your left leg out as if you're standing on it. So your left foot is right under your left hip. Да? То есть вытягиваем левую ногу, стопа на полу, вытягиваем правую руку, кисть на полу. And now we're going to press your left foot and left hand down to the floor. Open your left ribs and take a big breath into your left side. And slowly release and soften. Yeah. So you can bring your left hand anywhere you want. You can keep your arm on the side of your body, but try to stack your shoulders and hips. Keep your left leg straight. So левая нога остается прямая. Foot on the floor. We're going to do just a bit of, it's a small muscle, but it binds to your to your IT band. Да? Это вот как раз внешняя сторона, поверхность бедра. Мышцы, там очень крупные идут волокна белых тканей, и там это очень часто мы любим раскатывать. We like to roll it on the foam, but maybe this will be more efficient as a release exercise. So left leg straight. You're going to slowly bring your left leg away from the floor, make it parallel. Да? Левую ногу поднимаем, делаем параллельно к полу. Now you're going to turn your toes, left toes down to the floor and very slowly lower the toes down to the floor, almost to touch. Да? Поворачиваем пальцы к полу, наклоняем ногу к полу, then slowly bring everything to center parallel position to the ground, so toes forward, leg parallel to the floor. Now turn your toes up to the sky carefully, and then bring your a little bit farther away, a little bit higher. Notice how that activates outer thigh more, and then slowly roll back to center and release your left leg down. And so in this movement, we target interior and posterior fibers of your tensor fascia lata, TFL muscle. Because it's responsible for medial and lateral, internal and external rotation. It participates in those movements. И делаем еще 2 раза, 2 more times. So go ahead and bring your left leg parallel to the floor, so lift it away. Turn your toes down to the floor. Lower your legs straight down to the floor, so toes almost touch. Then bring your leg back up to parallel. Open your toes up to the sky, to the ceiling, and bring your leg a little bit farther away from the floor. Yeah. Slowly rotate to center and release your leg down. And relax completely. And let's do it one more time. Bring your left leg to parallel position to the ground, away from the floor. Turn toes down to the floor. Bring them closer to the floor. There's that rotation, inner rotation. Slowly derotate to center. Rotate toes out to the sky and bring your leg a little bit higher. Slowly derotate to center and release your leg and soften the knee, relax. Let everything settle. And then safely make your way onto the left side. Да, переворачиваемся на левую сторону теперь. And we will do the same sequence on the right. So right side up. We will start with diagonal curl. We will start in that chair form position. So bend your knees 90 degrees. So hips at 90 degrees and your knees at 90 degrees. Your heels are right under your knees. Stack your shoulders and stack your hips. So you are not leaning forward with your trunk or backward. Да, то есть опять вот в эту форму стула, колени согнуты в 90 градусов, у бедра тоже 90 градусов, и суставы плечевые, суставы тазовые, бедренные, они в одной вертикальной плоскости находятся, да, то есть мы не наклоняемся ни вперед, ни назад. Prop your head, so your head is in neutral position. There is no tilt down to the floor. So the top of the head is in line with the base of your head. And now find the position for your right hand. It's either touching your left ear, at the top of your head, at the back of your head, or at your right shoulder. And let's do the movement, the full movement. So go ahead, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. As you slide your right shoulder down, go ahead and bring your right foot away from your left, keeping knees together. Track, right? Inward rotation of the hip, contraction of your right waist. Slowly release everything. And then let's start with the feet. So bring your right foot away from the left, track for that medial rotation. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder slides down to the right waist. As you stay in this diagonal curl, sense the opening of the left ribs. Да? Левые ребра открываются, slowly release. Да? То есть когда мы собираем в кучу, в такую в подковку правую часть нашего тела, то левая часть, которая на полу, она открывается. And we'll do it one more time. Maybe let's do it synchronized, right? As we bring the lower and upper body up. So as you bring your head away, start bringing your right toes away from the left, coming into that nice diagonal curl. Pause here. Take a big breath into your left ribs, your bottom ribs. As you exhale, soften out. And now go ahead and extend your right arm over your head, placing palm down, extend your right leg out straight as if you're standing on it. Press your right foot, right hand down, да, ладошка в пол, то есть вытягиваем правую руку, правую ногу, ладошка в пол, стопа в пол. Inhale large into your right ribs. And slowly exhale and relax. And you can place your right arm anywhere where it's comfortable, but you're going to keep your right leg straight, going into TFL movement. So hips stacked, shoulders stacked as possible. And then go ahead and bring your right leg away from the floor to more or less parallel position to the ground. Turn your toes down to the floor. Lower your foot leg straight. And then slowly bring the leg back to parallel. Turn your toes up to the sky gently, right? Notice that the hip doesn't roll back. Lift your leg a little bit higher and slowly release all the way down. То есть движение такое достаточно маленькое, деликатное, когда особенно мы поднимаем пальцы, открываем пальцы к потолку и поднимаем ногу немножко выше. Следить за тем, чтобы таз не перекатывался назад, да, чтобы бедра все равно максимально оставались в вертикальной плоскости друг к другу. Да? So the hips should stay more or less stacked, so you can sense the activation of that external rotator part of the movement. The leg rotates, but the pelvis should stay neutral, right? As much as possible, safely. Of course, if there is a bit of movement, that's okay, but just that's the intention. All right, let's do it 2 more times. Bring your right leg up. Turn your toes down to the floor. Bring the leg lower to the floor, toes almost touch the ground. Bring your leg away, turn your toes out, and gently lift your leg a little bit higher, kind of pushing heel higher, and slowly release all the way down. And last repetition. Straight right leg, bring it away from the floor to parallel position to the ground. Turn your toes to the floor. Gently dip them towards the ground. Slowly bring them back up. Turn your right toes up to the sky and lift your head as if you're trying to reach with your toes the ceiling or towards the ceiling. Slowly derotate to neutral and release all the way. Once you're settled from the movement, go ahead and roll on your back. Ложимся на спину опять. And you're going to bring your legs to long, to extended position. То есть прямые ноги, прямые руки. We will close with the movement, which is also a part of cat routine. We'll call it flower. And it's going to be outer rotation to inner rotation. Bringing soles of the feet together, turning soles of the feet away from each other. We kind of played with this movement in the beginning when we were saying hello to our legs. So let's start with the opening the flower. Okay, so very gently start turning the soles of your feet towards each other, bending your knees outwardly. It's almost like butterfly, да, как бабочка в йоге, только не такая экстремальная. Almost, because there's very little effort. So maybe the feet touch, the soles of your feet touch. If you would like, gently guide your heels a little bit higher in comfort, right? We're not stretching anything, we're not opening hips, knees outwardly, and invite a very gentle arch. So bring your lower back away from the floor. Notice how that makes maybe this flower a little bit more comfortable, and gently roll your shoulders down to the floor. Roll your arms out to the outwardly away from each other, And notice how the whole front of the body is open. Take a big, beautiful breath to maybe intentionally inhabit that openness. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly slide your heels away, straighten your legs, roll the arms to neutral, bring shoulders to neutral. Now, the opposing movement, please be very careful because sometimes feet move more than the knees, and the knees are the midsection between your leg joints, so they often suffer from that, this lack of coordination, right? Lack of size coordination of the movement. So you're going to very slowly turn the soles of your feet away from each other. So your big toes are going to face the ground, soles of the feet away from each other. I'm kind of showing with my hands on the screen. You will have to bend the knees towards each other, knock your knees, maybe even your knees will touch. Yeah. Maybe your heels pull away, slide away from each other even more, sliding towards your thighs. Again, be very careful, watch your knees, okay? Now gently on the exhale, hug your abdomen down to the floor. That flattens your lower back. You might notice this is much better for the flower, closing flat back. Keep breathing. Gently roll your shoulders in towards your chest, maybe arms roll in towards your chest as well, and tuck your chin towards your chest. So notice now that the front of your body is contracting, condensing, and that opens the back, right? And then slowly let go of everything, straighten legs, releasing head, releasing arms and shoulders. So that's the movement. We're going to do it maybe a couple of more times, maybe with a little bit less detail. Starting with the flower opening. So go ahead, start opening your knees, bending them to the sides, bring soles of your feet maybe to touch, maybe gently slide your feet up towards your body, arching your back, inviting that arch to facilitate the opening. Roll the shoulders, arms out. Maybe this time even tilt your head back away. That whole front is open, and then slowly release out of that. And then we're going into closing, flowers closing. It's nighttime. Start bringing the soles of your feet, turning them away from each other. Big toes kind of towards the ground. Bend the knees, knocking knees towards each other. Slide the heels through the sides, upward towards your thighs. Flatten your lower back, roll your arms in, tuck your chin towards your chest. And slowly let go. Да? То есть если первая часть движения это похоже на бабочку в йоге, только не так экстремально, мы ничего не растягиваем, с небольшим прогибом спины, открываем руки, открываем плечи, наклоняем голову назад, то вторая часть движения это обратное, да, колени наоборот соприкасаются, каблуки разъезжаются, может быть, немножечко по сторонам поднимаются вверх к бедрам, да, при этом мы прижимаем поясницу к полу, скатываем руки, плечи к центру груди и подбородок к груди. Okay, let's do it one more time. So start turning the soles of the feet towards each other, opening knees outwardly, arching your back gently, and like a wave, travel from the lower back, start opening your heart, pressing shoulders down, rolling arms outwardly, and finally tilting your head back. Maybe now let's invite a nice big breath into the front of your body, opening even more, that expansion, and then exhale and soften out, straighten legs, bring the arms, head to neutral, back to neutral. And then the opposite movement, right? So start bending knees and bringing them close to each other, maybe knocking them, separating heels away from each other. And again, like a wave, right? Legs move, now lower back moves. Flatten your lower back as you engage your abdomen. The wave moves upward. Roll the arms in, tuck your chin to chest. And now big breath through the back of your body, through your spine. expansion. And as you exhale, soften out. And you're going to soften out into that straight leg, straight arm position. And start your final scan, your final sensing. Yeah, so start noticing your the body, your body where it touches the floor, the back of your body. We closed the practice with opening the back of your body. So just notice what is present there. Maybe you feel that more of the back of your body is connecting to the support. Maybe there is that three-dimensional sense to your whole soma, to your whole body. It's not flat anymore, right? It has maybe texture. Notice the spaciousness in your chest, arms, collarbones, your jaws. If you tracked asymmetry between left and right sides, or between particular part of your body where it felt a little bit more dense, check in with those areas. Notice if that evolved, if that has evolved through your practice, shifted, changed. Acknowledge the change. Be aware of this change. Sense the overall quality of presence, awareness, connection. And it's always nice to just also check in if there is something you would like to tell to your body, something you would like to say to your body. Okay? Sometimes it's as simple as I'm sorry I neglected you this week, or I'm sorry I forgot about you, or I love you, right? Or I didn't mean that. And also check in if there is a message from your soma to yourself. And this will be the closing part of our practice today. I hope this will land in YouTube. If it does, I will share the link. Keep sensing and relaxing if that's what your soma would like. Remember to hydrate and have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining.